partying. So downtown in the sense of going down to see the bright lights. We also heard I Want to See the Bright Lights Tonight. That was the first track, Richard and Linda Thompson. Second one, Out Out, a hit from 2021. Stepping Out was Joe Jackson at Clue 3. So had you said directions to go out, I might have taken it, but it's going out, having a good time, all the things you could have been doing if you hadn't come to this ghastly quiz. That means at the end of round one, the 5Ks have 1 point, the showstoppers have 6. Time for round two, where the teams may see up to 3 clues before telling me what would come forth in a sequence. Showstoppers, what would you like?
I'd like the lion, please.
Lion. You'll be seeing the first in a series of clues. What would be fourth? Time starts now.
Dot, dot. Yeah, dot, A, N, also capital symbols. Yeah, could be. So next, please. Yes, it's CZ. It's got to be CZ. So open A and C and Z. Next, please. B Z. Okay, I'll do A Z, C Z, B Z. So now it's out of unless it's D, C, B. Dominican Republic .dz.
Not the answer for many reasons. 5Ks, you've got a chance for bonus now.
Yeah, we'll try Germany .1 blank.
Not it, I'm afraid. The answer is Azerbaijan. We are in the world of country web domains. The key to this question is that the domain of Algeria is .dz. So then Czechia is CZ, Belize BZ, so we want what's AZ and it's Azerbaijan. What would you like 5Ks as a question?
Could we have the Eye of Horus, please?
Yes, you could. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Jacob, could be lots of things. Next, please.
Oh, it could be like someone famous.
We need another, don't we? Yeah. Next, please. Tabo. Jacob Zuma. So is it Nelson, South African Prime Minister's going back?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think Tabo and Becky, was he before?
Yeah, it's going to be Mandela.
Nelson. We'll try Nelson.
That's the right answer.
Yeah.
And why?
South African, I guess, Prime Minister's going backwards, their first name?
Well, presidents. They are presidents going back through the post-apartheid presidents to the great Nelson Mandela. Do you know the full names of these other presidents?
We've got Jacob Zuma. I don't know the second one, I'm afraid. Thabo Mbeki?
That's right. It's Galema Motlanthe is the second one, or rather the third one, because we're going backwards. Well done. Showstoppers, what would you like?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
So it's directions, north, east, south, so next, please. Next, please. Down in the dumps.
Up in the air.
Yeah. Right in the kiss.
Right,
Down
yes,
the dumps and left. West colon lurch.
Exactly what we tell ourselves. And why is that?
North air would be up in the air, so north is the up direction on a compass rose. East would be right in the kisser. South down in the dumps, and then west would be left in the lurch.
Exactly. Any expression that's left in the something. Well done. Back to you 5Ks for a choice.
Twisted Fox, please.
Okay. These are going to be picture clues. What would you expect to see in the fourth picture? Here's the first.
Do we have any idea who that is? Next, please. That's MGM. MGM. Next, please. So is that MG? So yeah, it's just.
So that'll be MGMT, the first one probably. So just anything.
Just anything represented. I guess a picture of Judi Dench as M.
I mean, had you said the 1931 German film starring Peter Lorre, M, I know you looked at the questions in advance. Anything representing M is an acceptable answer. What's the sequence?
So you're just losing a letter off the end with each clue.
It's
So
MGM.
you've got, I guess, MGMT to MGM to MG.
That's right, that duo at the beginning, MGMT. Well done. Showstoppers, what would you like?
I think we'll take water, please.
Water. What will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
For example, so it's MG. Do you think next please? Okay, so it's going down the family tree. Next, please.
Shark,
Yes,
sharks.
sharks. So
Yeah,
it's
shark.
baby
What is the top shark? Baby basking.
yeah, sure. Baby basking, for example.
I would accept. We've gone with baby hammerhead, for example. What's the reason?
They're all sharks, and we're working down the baby shark song.
Triggering a lot of parents right now by mentioning baby shark. Exactly so. Well, listen, if we were going to really trigger them, sing it. Just in case you get knocked out in your next match and never get a music question, we better have a go. 1, 2, 3.
Grandma shark do 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 do. Grandma shark do 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 do. Grandma shark do 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 do. Grandma shark.
Lovely. Nicely sung. It's the Baby Shark song. We needed to hear baby and some sort of shark. Back to your 5Ks, the last question of the round, the Horned Viper. You'll be seeing the first in a series of clues. What comes forth? Time starts now.
That's Olympic sport.
Yeah, that is an Olympic.
It's been around at like the last 2 Olympics, or maybe it has like 2 medals or something.
Yeah. Should we take another though?
Yeah.
Next, please. Full beach volleyball.
I mean, it could still be either of those.
I'm not too sure.
Could be when it was introduced to unless beach volleyball or something like that. Maybe
Next, please. 6 futsal.
Is this like the amount of on the team?
What's this? It's going to be 6 futsal.
Would you have 2 somethings and basketball? 2 twos?
Futsal 6 or 7. I'm not too bad for basketball.
2 seconds.
We'll have to try 8 colon volleyball.
Not it, I'm afraid. Showstoppers, you want to go?
I think maybe 8 colon the coxless 8.
No, that wouldn't work.
Okay.
So, what's going on here is sports which are played with fewer than the usual number of players. So, you would normally have 5 players on a basketball team, but you have 3 players in 3x3 basketball, so 2 have been lost. You have 4 fewer players on a beach volleyball team than normal volleyball. Futsal, well, that's football, but played 5-a-side. It's a version of 5-a-side. So I want to hear something where you have 8 fewer players on the team.
Rugby 7s.
Rugby 7s. No points there then. At the end of round 2, the 5Ks have 5 points. The Showstoppers have 10. Time for the connecting wall. 5Ks. You've got the choice, lion or water.
We'll have the water wall, please.
2.5 minutes to solve the water wall. Starting now.
Okay, we've got fuming, irate, livid, incensed.
Battles and big battles.
Oh yeah, nice.
Irate, incensed,
Livid. Livid,
cross,
fuming, I guess. And livid,
livid.
yeah.
How many? Fuming.
I think that's all. Anyway, merino is like a sheep, like merino wool.
Lincoln is a sheep.
Oh yeah, do we all have sheep or wolves maybe? Okay.
So we got Little Bighorn, Battle of Lincoln, probably Battle of Merino.
Bighorn, yeah. Oh, it's merino's a battle, is it? Okay.
Could be.
Yeah. Little Mix, Little Chef,
Little big
Little
Britain,
Britain.
Little women.
Yeah.
Little Mix, Little Women,
Five again.
Little Chef.
Little Britain, Little Bighorn, I think, are the 5. So.
Okay, we'll leave out Britain. We'll leave out Mix. Leave out Women. Leave out Chef.
Okay, Little League, of course. Okay, so we know these.
League.
So what's
So
called?
we'll leave out.
It's a battle, right? So do you want to try and battles?
Three strikes now.
So have we got
Oh, the
rules
others
that
are
are
just
all
Roman numerals. Yeah. So the left half are just Roman things.
Yeah.
And then the
So
other
we'll go
battles,
with
yeah.
battles. Yeah.
Yeah.
they're definitely not sheep.
I don't know.
Okay. They're
Could
mouse.
be
Come on.
sheep. Merino, because merino wool is a thing, isn't it?
Just it's mouse. Listen.
Okay, yeah. Britain's
You solved the war. Very well done. Now for the points. If you can tell me the connections. What about the first group? Cross, fuming, irate, incensed.
These are all synonyms to be angry.
Both for being angry. And the next group, chef, league, and so on.
We will go that you can put little in front of them all.
You can. Little chef, little league, little women, little Britain. The next group, bighorn, merino, and so on.
This produced a bit of debate. We will try battles.
You are about to be cross, fuming, irate, and incensed. They're breeds of sheep. I'm so sorry. And the last group, mix, livid, vim, and mimic.
These are all words made up of Roman numerals.
Exactly so. All the letters are Roman numerals. So there's 4 points for solving the wall and 3 for the connections. 7 in total. Let's bring in their opponents now and give them the lion wall. See how they get on. Showstoppers, you've got 2.5 minutes. Starting now.
Clone, wall, clone, mimic, parrot, copy, mimic, clone, ape as well, copy.
Bird there is parrot as well.
Yeah.
I've got to go through that elsewhere.
Mirror as well. Alright, so
Okay, so we've got a lot of them.
What about the birds then? Cockatoo, lovebird, parrot.
Parakeet, macaw.
macaw, cockatoo.
Okay, so what else we got? Graph paper, perhaps?
Yeah.
No. Copy paper, graph paper. Anything else?
There's one.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's
So
go
it's
for
a mimic,
copying.
clone,
Mirror.
mirror, copy.
And
Miss Mirror. Let's go.
Ape. Ape's the other one.
Ape is to copy, yeah.
Mimic,
let's-
ape, mirror, copy.
Keep fit,
Mimic, ape, mirror, parrot.
bit, pale ale. Anything that can go before pale.
No, I think Union
Union flag.
Western Union.
Jack,
Union Jack.
Union Station,
Union Ion.
Reed, Ring.
Fit, yes, copy. Copyright, any rights there?
No,
Graph paper,
Shard.
line graph, line
Hard.
union.
Ale.
Union.
You've got 30 seconds. Great.
We'll put shard. Shard is hard in it.
Yeah.
Rock
Hard. Just say the
rock
same thing together.
pop in shop. Is there anything like that? Ale, pop, ale.
Yeah.
Where's that
That'll
coming?
be good.
Rot is German for red.
Anything. Ale. That would be good.
Your time is up. The ball has frozen. But you found a group, and you can have a point if you tell me what connects cockatoo, parakeet, macaw, and lovebird.
They're all birds, specifically tropical birds.
Well, all types of parrot, types of bird, exactly so. And you can get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find. So let's resolve the wall. There we are. Ape, mirror, clone, and mimic.
They're all words to copy.
They are the synonyms for copying. And the next group, copy, shop, graph, and fit, photo. You can put photo before all of them. Photocopy, Photoshop, photograph, and photo fit. And the last group, union, shard, parrot, and pale.
Vegetables within the first letter swap. So we've got onion, chard, carrot, and kale.
Very well done. And you know, early on, you saw grape. If you change the last letter of graph, you get grape. And I thought, ooh, you do change your letter to get a sort of fruit.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, you veered away. But very well done, because you saw all 4 connections at the end, as well as the group you found. So that's a total of 5. Let's have a look at the overall scores. The 5Ks have 12 points. The Showstoppers have 15. And if you'd like to have a go at Only Connect, why don't you go to the website, bbc.co.uk/onlyconnect, to find out how you can apply for next year's series. We're going to play the Missing Vowels round, fingers on buzzers teams. The first group of disguised clues are all things that might be said by a pirate. 5Ks?
Pieces of 8.
Correct. 5Ks.
Shipper meet shippers.
Correct. Showstoppers.
Blow the man down.
Yes, it is. Showstoppers.
Arr.
Lovely. Next category, protest songs. 5Ks.
Get up, stand up.
That's right. Showstoppers.
Fight the power.
Correct. Showstoppers. If you tolerate this, your children will be next. Correct. 5Ks.
The revolution will be televised.
I'm afraid that's not right. Showstoppers, do you know?
The revolution will not be televised.
It will not be televised. Next category, things invented in Cambridge. Showstoppers.
Web camera.
Yes, it was. Showstoppers.
Thermos flask.
That too. 5Ks.
The rules of association football.
Well done. 5Ks.
Reflecting telescope.
Correct. That is the end of the quiz. And looking at the final scores, the winners and straight into the next round with 22 points are the Showstoppers. Very well done. 5Ks, you finished with 16 points. You're still in the competition. Of course, you'll get another chance to win through to the next round later in the series. Thank you for playing. And now it's time to support the BBC's drive for added value for the licence fee payer by continuing with John Milton's Paradise Lost. Regular viewers will remember that so far the poet's been mainly addressing the muse. What does he want to say to the muse? Unfortunately, the teams have been a bit slower than we hoped. We've used up all the time on the questions. We haven't found out much. Let's carry on. So, I thence invoke thy aid to my adventurous song that with no middle flight intends to soar above the Aeonian mount while it pursues things unattempted yet in prose or rhyme. Hallelujah, we got to the full stop. Good night.
Step up or step aside. More champagne on the $1 billion playground. Press red to watch on iPlayer. Dance, poker, rock out to the rise and fall of indie sleaze. A new podcast, Loving the Noughties, on BBC Sounds.
I was born and raised in this town. Didn't see it though. Any of it.
Stand out a minute.
He's giving me a message. He's still out there. What aren't you telling us?
We're gonna figure this out.
It's all leading us to one place.
Darkness isn't gone, is it? The new series of The Gone. Press red for all episodes on BBC iPlayer. Which player you think is your biggest threat?
Everyone's true colours coming out now.
I know that you guys have been lying.
You could cut this atmosphere with a knife. Destination X continues Wednesday at 9 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Nomadic days are done as human wants a place to call home. That's in half an hour after More Questions on BBC Two.
University Challenge. Asking the questions, more Roger.
Hello and welcome to University Challenge, where we're about to play another of this year's first round heats. Behind the desks are two more teams of students with fingers poised on buzzers, ready to fight for a place in round two. If they win tonight, they'll go straight through, but this round does have a repechage, so if they lose with a high enough score, they might live to quiz another day. The University of Manchester officially dates its foundation to 1824, when the oldest of its multiple predecessor institutions was established. The university can count Alan Turing and W.G. Siebold among its former faculty, and Beatrice Schilling and Christabel Pankhurst among its former students. It also owns and operates several major cultural assets, including the Jodrell Bank Observatory and the Whitworth Art Gallery. Between 2005 and 2014, Manchester reached at least the semi-finals of this competition 9 times and won 4 series titles, but its form has dropped off a little since then. Let's meet the team, hoping to change that.
Hi, I'm Ray Power. I'm from Bangkok, Thailand, and I study English literature and film. Hello, my name's Kirsty Dixon. I'm from Morley Green in Cheshire, and I study medicine.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Kai Matrick. I'm originally from Foy in Cornwall, and I'm studying for a PhD in AI and astrophysics.
Hi, I'm Rob Faulkner. I'm from Norwich, and I study physics with astrophysics.
New College Oxford was founded in 1379 by William of Wykeham. The original design of the college, with all main buildings surrounding an enclosed quadrangle, was innovative at the time. Its grounds are also notable for including a section of the city walls and an artificial hill or mound whose original purpose remains the subject of much debate. JBS Haldane, Tony Benn and Lucy Worsley are all New College alumni, and in this competition, New College teams have been runners-up twice and champions once. Let's meet the team playing on behalf of New College tonight.
Hello, I'm Benji Stimson. I'm from North Norfolk, and I'm doing a DPhil in conservation biology.
Hi, my name is Paige Crawley. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and I'm studying for a master's in linguistics.
And their captain.
Hi, I'm Jonah Poulard. I'm from Northwest London, and I study Russian and linguistics.
Hi, I'm Dan Timmers. I'm from Utrecht in the Netherlands, and I'm studying for a DPhil in theoretical physics.
Okay, guys, this is it. Feeling ready? Let's go for it. Fingers on buzzers, here's your first starter for 10. Good luck. The names of all of the following are derived from that of which French city, located in the Alpes-Maritimes department? First, a model of solar system evolution proposing that the giant...
Manchester, Manchwick, Nice.
It is Nice, well done. This is Manchester on the stage and screenwriter Abby Morgan. An examination of sex addiction starring Michael Fassbender and Kerry Mulligan. The 2011 film Shame was co-written by Morgan and which British filmmaker who also directed it?
Sounds like I've heard of it. Should we have a guess for something around that time?
Abby Morgan, no, sorry.
Pass.
Steve McQueen. Morgan also wrote the screenplay for The Invisible Woman, a 2014 film based on Claire Tomalin's account of the secret relationship between a woman named Ellen Ternan and which 19th century author?
19th century author. Maybe,
I'm sorry.
unfortunately, I have a suggestion.
Just Dickens, Austen.
Yeah, sure.
Austen, whatever.
Yeah.
Jane Austen.
No, it was Jane Austen. No, it's Charles Dickens. Morgan's recent work includes which 2024 Netflix series about a puppeteer played by Benedict Cumberbatch? The title is the name of a 7-foot-tall monster puppet that Cumberbatch's character believes will help him find his missing son.
What's the name of this?
Yeah.
I've seen that first, right?
Me too. 2024 coming out. If we don't know, we don't.
No, whatever.
Sorry.
Pass.
Sorry.
Abby Morgan will be very disappointed. It's Eric. Let's start the question. Born in Tryon, North Carolina in 1933, which pianist and singer was the subject of Nadine Kohodas's biography, Princess Noire? Songs written by the singer include For Women, To Be Young, Gifted and Black, and Mississippi Goddam.
New College Stimson. Nina Simone.
It is Nina Simone. Well done. Your focuses then are on a rebellion, a 1685 Protestant rebellion in the West Country against James VII and II, began with the landing of which illegitimate son of Charles II at Lyme Regis? He was defeated by the Earl of Feversham and John Churchill at the Battle of Sedgemoor.
Oliver Warren.
Prince Charlie.
No, this is too early.
Too early. It's not Dutch. Do you have any fun?
You said Duke of York.
Okay.
Sure. The Duke of York.
No, it's James Scott, the first Duke of Monmouth. The Duke of Monmouth had been previously implicated in which failed 1683 assassination plot against Charles II and James, then the Duke of York. This plot is often referred to by the name of what manor house in Hertfordshire?
That could be Nebworth. That's the thing written in Hertfordshire. I don't know. Nebworth.
No, it's Rye House. The Monmouth rebels were prosecuted in a series of trials known by what 2-word name? They were presided over by Lord Chief Justice George Jeffreys, for which he earned the nickname the Hanging Judge.
Tyburn hangings. Tyburn hangings. Tyburn's where hanging happened. Yeah. So Tyburn something. Purge.
Yeah.
For Tiber and Purge.
No, it was the bloody Assizes. Another starter question. What natural phenomenon is named 3 times in the penultimate line of Elizabeth Bishop's poem The Fish, and is described as being unweaved by philosophy in the narrative poem Lamia by John Keats? In a poem by Wordsworth, the speaker declares that his heart leaps up when he beholds one of these in the sky.
New College Stimson.
Clouds.
No, anyone from Manchester?
Manchester Matchwick.
A rainbow.
It is indeed a rainbow, yeah. Your bonuses, Manchester, are on artists and designers who collaborated with the choreographer Merce Cunningham. Which US artist was artistic advisor to Cunningham's company from 1967 to 1980, designing sets for works including Walk Around Time? His partner and collaborator, Robert Rauschenberg, had earlier held a similar role.
Jasper Johns.
Well done. Which Japanese fashion designer created costumes for Cunningham's 1997 work Scenario? Her designs deliberately featured irregular padded bulges, following on from a collection she had created that year for her label Comme des Garçons.
What's her name? It's not Kusama. That's. I'm saying right. Yayoi Kusama.
No, it's Rei Kawakubo. Cunningham's 1998 work, Pond Way, featured a backdrop with a half-tone dot design by which American pop artist who had died the year before?
Do you just say Liechtenstein?
Yeah.
Liechtenstein.
It is Liechtenstein, yeah, Roy Liechtenstein. Well done. Picture round now. For your picture starter, you'll see a proposed national flag. For 10 points, name the country for which it was designed.
Manchester Matchwick.
New Zealand.
It is New Zealand, yes. That was an entry for the 2016 New Zealand national flag referendum, which depicts the country's endemic silver fern. For your picture bonuses, you'll see 3 more flags or national symbols that depict endemic species. For 5 points, tell me the country or region represented. First, the country represented by this coat of arms, featuring a now extinct endemic species.
Oh, Dodo, so it's going to be Mauritius then. Mauritius?
It is the dodo in Mauritius, yes. Next, this national flag.
Dominica.
Yes, the Cicero parrot. And finally, this US state flag featuring a once endemic but now extinct animal with helpful wording removed.
California.
Yes, that's the California grizzly bear. Now, start a question. In medicine, what 5-letter term is informally applied to an injection that delivers a slow-release form of a medication, for example, contraceptives?
Manchester Dixon.
Bolus.
Now, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. You can hear more of the question, but you may not confer, New College. For example, contraceptives or antipsychotics. They are so named because they create a reserve of the medication in the injected muscle, the word in question being used in other contexts to mean place where goods are stored.
New College Stimson.
A warehouse.
That's not 5 letters. It's a depot injection. Now, start a question. In the 16th century encyclopedia of Aztec culture, known as the Florentine Codex, 22 images and more than 70 pages contain depictions of or references to what prepared food item? Book
New College Poulard.
Maize.
Now, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Book 10 of the Codex lists around 40 different varieties sold by a typical market vendor, including ones stuffed with frog and axolotl, but all may be described broadly as consisting of masa or corn dough shaped around a filling, wrapped in a corn husk or other large leaf, and steamed or baked.
Manchester Matchwick.
Tamales.
It is indeed, yes, well done. Your bonuses, Manchester, are 3 questions on theoretical physics. What physical framework suggests that for every known fermion, there is a corresponding partner boson that differs in spin by half an integer, and vice versa? For example, the electron would have a scalar counterpart named the selectron using this theory.
Supersymmetry.
Yes, the 5 major supersymmetric string theories are envisioned to all be limiting cases of an 11-dimensional theory conjectured by Ed Witten in 1995 and named with which single letter of the alphabet?
I'm not enough of a theoretical physicist for this.
Shoot it. Any letter.
H.
Nice try, but it's M theory. String theories without supersymmetry often suffer from instabilities caused by which hypothetical particles? They always travel faster than the speed of light and have a name derived from the Greek for swift.
Tachyons.
It is tachyon. Well done. Let's start the question. The Bastille, the Constitution, and the guillotine are the 3 parts of which writer's 1837 history of the French Revolution? In his essay on heroes, hero worship, and the heroic in history, this writer outlined the great man theory of history, which is now
New College Crawley.
Carlisle.
It is Thomas Carlyle. Well done. Your bonuses, New College, are 3 questions on the 1954 FIFA World Cup final. Going into the final with an average of 6.25 goals per game in the competition, which country's golden team suffered a shock defeat to West Germany, a team they had earlier beaten 8-3 in the group stages?
I think this was Hungary.
Hungary.
Correct. Due to the odds against a West German victory, the match has come to be known as the Miracle of which European capital city where the final was held?
I think 1954 was either Sweden, Norway, or Switzerland. I think it's Bern.
Or it could be Stockholm. I think it's Bill Ethan. Bern.
Correct. Fritz and Ottmar Walter became the first set of brothers to win the World Cup. Who are the only other brothers to have achieved this, doing so 12 years later?
So that's 1966. No, he's in nine. Yeah. Who's the brothers on that team?
I don't know. Bobby Charlton and his brother.
I'm sorry, I can't accept that. I'm so sorry. We needed both names. It's Bobby and Jack Charlton, as every football fan in the country is currently cursing you for. Let's start the question. What given name is shared by the directors of the following films? The True or The Whole, Celine and Julie Go Boating, The Umbrellas of Cherbourg, Playtime, and
Manchester Manchwick. Jacques.
It is Jacques. Well done. 3 questions for you, Manchester, on languages of India and nearby countries. The Eastern Indo-Aryan group of languages is also known as the Magadhan languages, after an ancient kingdom located in the west-central region of what present-day Indian state? One of its capitals was the city of Pataliputra.
Oh, Pataliputra. What's that? Is it Bihar? No, that's where else. I can't say it though. We've got Bihar?
Yeah.
Correct. With more than 15 million speakers, what Indo-Aryan language is the official language of a state that borders Indian states such as Manipur and Nagaland, and also the Kingdom of Bhutan, making it one of the easternmost languages of the whole Indo-European family?
Yeah. I mean, they didn't mention Assam, but like, I mean, they're looking for the language, aren't they? Like Assamian? Assamian?
No, I can't accept that, I'm afraid. The name of the language is Assamese, and the two terms are not interchangeable. Finally, what Eastern Indo-Aryan language is that of a Muslim people in Rakhine State in Myanmar? They have faced systematic persecution in recent decades, with many thousands forced to flee the country.
Rohingya.
Yes, it is. Let's start the question. It's a music round now. And for your music starter, you're going to hear a piece of music from the 18th century. For 10 points, I need you to name the composer.
New College Poulard.
Mozart.
No, you can hear a bit more Manchester, but you may not confer.
Manchester Dixon.
Handel.
Bad luck. It's Johann Sebastian Bach. We'll take your music bonuses in a moment. We'll get a starter right. I need the names of 2 countries here. On New Year's Eve 1963, the British Colonial Federation of Rhodesia and Nyasaland was officially dissolved, granting self-governance along with separation from white-dominated southern Rhodesia to 2 territories that would soon achieve full...
New College Poulard.
Zambia and Malawi.
Well worked out. It is indeed. For your music starter, New College, you heard the beginning of Bach's Christmas Oratorio, which prominently features the timpani. Your music bonuses will be 3 symphonic compositions that feature the timpani prominently. 5 points for each composer you can identify. First, the composer of this 1841 symphony, which calls for 3 timpani instead of the traditional 2-drum set.
Can this be 1841? Is this Berlioz? Some platform festival. I don't know, so it's the only idea I'm getting. Berlioz?
It's Robert Schumann, Symphony No. 1. Secondly, the composer of this symphony, whose final movement includes a so-called Battle of the Timpani.
Your date? No, we didn't get that. So, who would use a timpani? This is romantic, just a vibe. Wait, no, did you say symphony? Yeah, we didn't write it. Is that symphony? Right. So, yeah, I think this could be... Let's just get a guess. Strauss.
It's Carl Nielsen, Symphony No. 4. Lastly, the composer of this symphony, which calls for the use of 4 timpani.
This is a cool song, so it's not Dvorak. I think. Oh, this is very... It might be actually.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Dvorak?
Like Sector Berlioz, as a symphony fantastique. Let's start a question. First observed by physicist Patrick Blackett in a cloud chamber. What process with a 2-word alliterative name is the inverse of annihilation?
New College Simmers.
Production.
Correct, yes. Well done, New College. Yes, your bonuses are on floods in science fiction. The 1953 novel, The Kraken Wakes, in which invading aliens cause rising sea levels and Parliament has to abandon a flooded Westminster and move to Harrogate, is by which British science fiction author?
Nominated Stimson. Alan Moore.
No, it's John Wyndham. The Flood is a 1950 story by which Japanese SF writer, whose other works include The Ark Sakura and The Woman in the Dunes? The titular flood is caused by working class people in Japan liquefying into puddles that merge into a destructive mass.
America. Pass.
It's Kobo Abe. Which British author wrote the 1962 novel The Drowned World, which imagines a future in which solar radiation flares have melted ice caps and London is now a sweltering maze of tropical lagoons?
Nominated Stimson.
J.G. Ballard. That is Ballard, yes. Let's start the question. Which legendary character gives their name to an Italian term that describes mirages where objects...
Manchester Matchwick.
Morgan Le Fay.
Well done. It is Morgan Le Fay. Your bonus is Manchester. 3 questions on protein shape. What word is used to describe properly folded proteins? It can also be used to describe plants or animals that are indigenous to a particular region.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Pandemic.
No, it's native.
Ow.
Changes from optimal temperature or pH can change the shape of a protein so that it no longer functions properly. What term is given to this phenomenon?
Denaturation.
Nominated Dixon.
Denaturation.
Correct. Folding of proteins into a native state often requires the formation of what type of chemical bonds, which result from the electrostatic attraction between oppositely charged amino acid side chains?
Or just like ionic or covalent. Which one?
Does it say between oppositely charged ions?
The side chain.
So I think probably ionic. Yeah.
Ionic ones?
It is. Well worked out. Let's start the question. The sculpture Four Wings by Alexander Calder stands in the grounds of a museum in Barcelona dedicated to which artist? That museum was the first of 2 opened in Spain and dedicated to this artist, whose works include Ciphers and Constellations, In Love with a Woman, Dog Barking at the Moon.
Manchester Matchwick. Juan Miro.
It is, yes. Your bonuses, Manchester, are on Chinese history. A single word answer is enough in each case, but I will need you to spell each one. Liu Bang came to power following a period of conflict at the fall of the short-lived Qin dynasty. He was the first emperor during the former or western period of which dynasty?
Han. H-A-N.
Correct. With the help of Turkic allies, Li Yuan and his son Li Shimin led a successful rebellion against the Sui dynasty, establishing which dynasty? They reigned as the Gaozu and Taizong emperors.
Tang. T-A-N-G.
Correct. Zhao Kuangyi founded what dynasty, often divided into northern and southern periods? It followed the decades of fragmentation known as the 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms.
Song. S-O-N-G.
Correct. Well done. Let's start the question. Derived from the Greek for flesh, what 5-letter prefix begins with...
Manchester Dixon.
Sarco. S-A-R-C-O.
Well done. Your bonuses, Manchester, are 3 questions linked by a name. Written by lead singer John Fogerty, Lodi is a 1969 song by which band, often known by a 3-letter abbreviation? It was released as a B-side to their hit song Bad Moon Rising.
Yes. Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah. Leading to a decades-long peace among the Italian states, the 1454 Treaty of Lodi officially recognized the sovereignty of Francesco I, the first Duke of Milan, from which family, which had taken control after the death of Filippo Maria Visconti 7 years earlier?
Sparta, I'd assume. Emily. Sparta.
Yes. The defeat of Sultan Ibrahim Lodi at the 1526 Battle of Panipat was a decisive moment in the founding of which empire that would maintain control of Delhi for over 300 years?
Google.
It is the Mughals, yes, well done. Picture round now, and for your picture starter, you're going to see a still from a film. For 10 points, I need you to give me its name.
New College Stimson. 12 Angry Men.
Yes, well done. Hello, Manchester. For your picture starter, you saw a still from 12 Angry Men, the feature directorial debut of Sidney Lumet. For your picture bonuses, you just need to identify 3 more films by Lumet. First, this 1975 film.
Serpico.
Yeah, Serpico. Serpico.
No, that's Dog Day Afternoon. Second, this 1964 film.
I don't know. That's the one. It's the one where he goes into some colour. I don't know.
Serpico, I guess.
Space.
Serpico.
No, that's Failsafe. Finally, this 1974 film.
Just Murder on the Orient Express, right? Yeah. Murder on the Orient Express.
Correct. Let's start the question. I need a six-letter word here. When describing the early development of Indo-European languages, what Latin word?
Manchester metric.
Kagan. No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. What Latin word for a specific number is contrasted with the Avestan word satum to classify groups of languages linked by a historical sound change?
New College Crawley.
Kenton.
Kenton is correct. Well done. Your bonuses, New College, are on the development of two alphabets. Named after a 9th century Byzantine missionary, the development of which alphabet is commonly attributed to Saints Naum and Clement in the Bulgarian Empire during the 10th century. The alphabet initially consisted of 43 letters based on variations and combinations of Greek letters as well as 2 Hebrew letters.
This might be glagolitic, because Cyrillic is just Cyril and Methodius.
Okay, fine.
Glagolitic?
No, it's Cyrillic. Saint Cyril, after whom Cyrillic was named, had, along with Saint Methodius, earlier developed which alphabet that formed the basis of the Old Church Slavonic literary standard?
Okay, that's glagolitic.
That is glagolitic. Saint Cyril and Methodius used the glagolitic for alphabet in their translation of the Bible into a Slavic dialect, used in which city on the Gulf of Thermae in modern-day Greece?
It's Thessaloniki, because they were known as the brothers from Thessaloniki.
Is correct, yeah. Now, sorry, question. The founding of the ancient city of Carthage is traditionally attributed to Phoenician colonists from what eastern...
New College Crawley.
Tyre.
Is correct. Well done. Your bonuses are 3 questions on nanoparticles. A simple example of a nanoparticle is which allotrope of carbon, named for an American architect, that has 60 carbon atoms in a cage configuration resembling a football?
Buckminster fullerene.
Correct. Often used as supports in metal nanoparticle catalysts, the anatase and rutile phases of which inorganic compound are useful nanoparticles in their own right, being used in sunscreens to block UV radiation?
Sunscreens?
Benzene? No.
I don't know. Is zinc
Come on.
in sunscreen?
Sure.
Zinc oxide? Zinc oxide.
There's titanium dioxide. Nanoparticles can be examined using the transmission form of what imaging technique, which uses the small de Broglie wavelength of the namesake particle to achieve resolutions beyond that of visible light?
It's got to be electron microscopy. Yeah.
Electron microscopy.
Electron microscopy.
Indeed, correct. You know you can always nominate if you want as well.
Yeah, I thought I could say that, but...
Then you did say very well. Let's start the question. Subject of a 1998 Pulitzer Prize-winning autobiography, Katharine Graham served as publisher of which newspaper?
New College Stimson.
The Washington Post. Correct. 3 questions for you, New College, on the petting of dogs in literature. In each case, I need you to name the novel from the dog described. The protagonist of which 19th century novel first pets the dog Pilot when she finds herself unexpectedly alone in Mrs. Fairfax's room?
Jane Eyre.
Dominic Roy.
Jane Eyre.
Yes, the title character of which 1859 novel, while reflecting on his romantic rival Arthur Donnithorne, pauses to give his dog a pat?
Nicholas Nickleby.
Adam Bede. In which 1903 novel is the dog Bug patted on the head by an unnamed stranger as he sells him to 2 French Canadians named Francois and Perrault?
Maybe just something. Hardly, I don't know. Far from the Madding Crowd.
No, it's the Call of the Wild. Let's start the question. Often abbreviated MWP, what name is given to the hypothesized era lasting from approximately 800 to 1250 CE in which Northern Hemisphere...
Manchester metric.
Medieval warming period? No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. In which Northern Hemisphere temperatures were persistently higher than they had been in previous centuries. It was followed soon after by the so-called Little Ice Age.
New College Stimson.
The middle warming period. No, warm period. It's the medieval warm period. Bad luck, that's what it's called. Let's start the question. Jebel Toubkal is the highest mountain...
Manchester metric.
Atlas. No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. In what country? This peak is located close to one of the 4 imperial cities of its country, a former capital of the Almoravids.
New College Willard.
Morocco.
It is Morocco. Your bonuses then are on architectural terms taken from Italian. In each case, give the word from the description. First, from the Italian for beautiful and sight, a turret or other structure built to afford a fine view of the surrounding area. A Baroque palace complex in Vienna bears this name.
Bellagio.
No, it's Belvedere. Secondly, a small dome or similar bowl-shaped structure often found crowning a larger dome or roof. The same word denotes the revolving dome of an observatory.
Cupola.
Yes, finally, from the Italian for middle or intermediate, a low story between two others in a building, often included as a means
Mezzanine.
of... Yes, it is. Let's start the question. 5 points in it. I need the name of an ancient author here. Quote, painters and poets alike have always had license to dare anything. These words, given in translation, are from the Ars Poetica of New College Crawley.
Horace?
It is indeed Horace. Your bonuses on New College are on people who share their surnames with European capital cities. In each case, I simply need the surname or capital city in question. First, a 13th century English monk known for his detailed illuminated manuscripts, most notably the Chronica Majora.
I have no idea. London.
Come on.
Should we just say London?
No, it's Paris. Secondly, a German-born physicist who proposed his namesake dispersion force in his theories on molecular interaction and, with his brother, a set of equations on superconductivity.
London, it's London. London.
Yes, finally, a philosopher born in Riga in 1909 and known for his biography of Karl Marx and his essay The Hedgehog and the Fox.
Minsk.
No, it's Isaiah Berlin. Let's start the question. I need a two-word answer here. The Tolman-Oppenheimer-Volkoff limit.
Manchester Magic, neutron star.
It is a neutron star. The purposes are waters that flow into the English Channel. Which river flows for around 245 kilometers through the historic region of Picardy, passing through the city of Amiens and entering the English Channel at Saint-Valery? No, it's the Somme. Which river has its source in Somerset, around 8 kilometers from the Bristol Channel, and flows primarily southwards through Tiverton to meet the English Channel in South Devon?
The River Dart, maybe?
Yeah.
Dart.
No, it's the Exe. Until the 1960s, a major feature of which river with its estuary beside the port of Le Havre was the tidal bore known as the Masquerade, which was known to reach as far upriver as Rouen. Yes, that's right. Pula in Croatia, El Gem in Tunisia, Verona in Italy.
New College Ballard.
Colosseums.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. And Arles in southern France are locations of what distinctive structures from the Roman period, whose name indicates that it has all-round seating?
Manchester Magic.
Amphitheatre.
It is the amphitheatres, yes. That German Colosseum doesn't fit you. That's amazing. Your bonuses, Manchester, are on unnamed characters in Shakespeare's plays. In each case, name the play in which the listed characters appear. First and second citizen. First, second, third, and fourth plebeian. Poet. And at the goal, New College have 150, Manchester have 170. Jonah, you knew amphitheatre. That's such bad luck.
Yeah.
And do you know what? That's going to be painful to watch back, but you're absolutely right to buzz in, because if you got it right, you would have won. That is such bad luck. And you guys played absolutely fantastically in such a strong game. I thought for a while that you were going to get beaten quite mercilessly. And I think you probably thought the same thing, but it was a magnificent comeback, and it was such a tense finish. Who knows, we may well see you again. Manchester, you made it very stressful for yourselves, but it was a fantastic final minute, which is what you needed. Well done. We should definitely see you again. And I hope we'll see you again too for another first round match. But until then, it is goodbye from New College Oxford.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Manchester University.
Bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
Why was it even questioned? In her own words, Chloe Aylan shares my unbelievable kidnapping. Press red to watch. Full of wisdom, wit and wonder, that's Mammy for you. Mrs. Brown's boys will keep you company on iPlayer.
This is about debunking the cult and how spirituality and faith were used to control.
The Jesus Army hadn't had much police attention for 40 years.
They thought they were above the norm.
And we're looking at the impact on you now.
You're just a frightened little kid.
I felt like it was my fault.
There's that saying, isn't there? You know, all power corrupts. I think it does. He claimed that he was a prophet.
Inside the cult of the Jesus Army. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
There's no going back to normal in the square.
With Art Thou David Mitchell on BBC.
You know, Pepsi, a juice or anything? No. Just not my sour vision now. Great difficulty because I'm so hungry, thirsty. Couldn't concentrate properly. I have to sleep now.
Hello, my dude. Have we done the bath? I thought when you get older, you get more free time.
It's a stage.
You had a sleep in the afternoon, were you not sleeping? Oh, load of rubbish. They started that, didn't they? Pakistan never did anything aggressive. Aventador. Oh dear. It was accident damage, was it? And you didn't know. But you can check, can't you?
Yeah, I should have spoken now.
What a waste of money, man. Oh, it's so warm, it feels like it's going to, like, thunder, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And is it going to be hotter tomorrow?
Yeah, it's going to be hotter tomorrow.
But the problem is, it's like humid hot.
Mm.
It's not like hot hot, is it? Like dry hot.
Stuffy hot.
It's like humid, yeah, and stuffy. So you're driving around, you just sweat and anything. Between the miles, you sit down. I feel like falling asleep.
Got any more towel?
So I'm hungry now.
You can get some more.